I thank the gentleman for yielding. 58 days. 58 days are the amount of time when the administration asked and said there was a crisis on the border, that they needed funding. 18 times we had the opportunity to take a vote on this floor, and we did not come to a solution, and it did not pass. Two times the New York Times wrote editorials in those 58 days calling upon this body to put politics aside, that this crisis on the border was greater than the politics that we want to play. The Mexican government realizes there's a crisis on the border and just sent 15,000 troops. We've seen the pictures, we've heard the words. On either side, they talk of it. We were in this well just a few days ago having a debate. Many of us said on this time, why would we take this moment to do a political maneuver that will not go anywhere in the Senate? Don't take our words for it, take the votes for it. The bill did not pass. There is a time for every season. The season to continue to play politics is over. The season to put people before politics is now. Don't take my word for it. Take the example of the chambers that's just across the way. It's not far. You can see it if you look out those doors. You can walk it without taking much breath. And you can understand what bipartisanship looks like, Mr. Speaker. The Senate took up a bill to take up this crisis. The vote was 84-8. Mr. Speaker, the House is not in order.
The gentleman is correct. The House is not in order. We ask members to take their conversations off the floor. Gentleman is recognized.
84-8. There's been historic legislation that's passed with much less. But there's been very few that's ever been defeated that has gone 84-8. But today we're going to take hours to learn the exact same experience that we had just a short few hours ago. The 84-8, when I listen to this other side and say that the Democratic Party, Mr. Speaker, wants, or Madam Speaker, wants to do this. Let me read the names of some of those who voted for this bill to understand what bipartisan sounds like. Senator Chuck Schumer, Senator Dick Durbin, Senator Tim Kaine, Senator Patty Murray, and Senator Dianne Feinstein all voted yes. Every single member of the Senate Democratic leadership voted yes to end the crisis on the border. But why, Madam Speaker, are we on this floor now? Why does the Democratic leadership on this side want to continue to play politics when the Democrat leadership in the Senate says no? 58 days is enough. 18 votes over there are too many. That yes, people are dying. That yes, the money is out, that we've all acknowledged it on this floor. Madam Speaker, it makes me begin to wonder, how can a few control so many? On that opening day when we're on this floor, we all raise our hand individually. We all swear to uphold the Constitution. Our names are individually on the ballot when we're voted to come in here. This is not a moment to let somebody else control your name or your voting card. This is not a moment to say my party tells me to go here, because that's not the case. Chuck Schumer is a leader of the Democratic Party. Dick Durbin is a leader of the Democrats when it comes to immigration. I have spent hours and months with Dick Durbin in a room trying to come to an immigration agreement, and we have seen places far, far apart. We have spent months trying to come to a conclusion. But you know what? We have this time. We have found a more perfect union, that we found bipartisanship. But are we going to allow a few to continue to deny it? 58 days. You do not have more. The money is gone. The time is now. You know, and I know, that we are better than this. I do not accuse anybody on either side of what they truly believe about a crisis. I've heard people on the other side of the aisle, Madam Speaker, that said they want to vote for the Senate bill. Can we allow them to vote for the Senate bill? Can we allow them to join with the 84 senators out of 100 on the other side that said yes to it? Or do we have a few that control what can come to the floor? Now, I heard in this rules debate that there are some amendments that somehow they're going to make it better. What makes it better? That we do not fund to pay any overtime costs for immigration and custom enforcement officers, or provide funding for the active duty of the National Guard troops working with them on the front line of the crisis of the border? Is that making it better? Is that really what you want to stake your political career on? Is that really what you want to stand up against bipartisanship for? Madam Speaker, I've heard a lot of names on the other side say they would vote for it. I think everybody in this body knows that that Senate bill will pass. I think everybody in their heart knows that's where we're going to end up. But do we have to go through it one more time? You do not have to worry about what the outcome will be. The leader of the Senate has already said what will happen. Because I will promise you this, on this side of the aisle, we will stay here until this is done. We will not leave, and we will stand with the bipartisan vote in the Senate. If you're worried about getting to 218, do not worry. Put that bill on suspension, I promise you it will pass. I call upon all of our better angels for this one moment, for this one time when America is watching, that we rise to the occasion, that we put the partisanship aside, that we've swatched, that the Senate has actually taught us, given us the adult supervision to show that yes, we've had that fight. Yes, you tried to make it and it didn't make it. But there is something better. There is a window and there is an opportunity. So, Madam Speaker, I ask with unanimous consent to take from the Speaker's table H.R. 3401 with the Senate's amendment thereto and concur in the Senate amendment.
The chair would have